Hey, here's the outside of the greenhouse. Here you can see how it's all lit up on the inside. It also lights up my backyard, so it's kind of neat side effect. This side you can't see because it's got this radiant thermal insulation on the shady sides. Here it is on the inside. So the sun comes in on this side, is retained on this side. There's some tomatoes. Look at that. Those things are going to be coming in here in a couple weeks. Going to be having some nice, fresh greenhouse tomatoes. And there's some peppers, some bell peppers, some little jalapenos. Right down here, some hydroponic lettuce. Those have a couple more weeks before they're going to start ready to be harvested. Taking a while. Some hydroponic cucumbers got started. That'll be my next set of cucumbers. Right here are my existing cucumbers. Here are some straight eights. They got a couple, well, maybe a week on them. There's some pickling cucumbers. A couple ready for picking. Here's my strawberry tower that killed all my strawberry plants. It's not its fault though. It was the strawberry roots. They weren't made for water. They're made for dirt. It's all right. It's okay. There's some Swiss chard. I've got 5 Swiss chard plants growing. So yeah, it's pretty cool. A lot easier to grow than spinach. There's some green onions. Here's some tomato plants started hydroponically. I made a little setup to get those transitioning from the little greenhouse I have on the inside to be ready to plant hydroponically like this one is. So this is a solution I worked out. It's actually got it's got one of these things on the inside cut around about right here, and then it's got a hole cut out that the rock wool cube sets on, and then there's a little bit of solution in the bottom so that the roots can grow down through and then set in there. But it's not going to be confined to one of these net cups when I have to transplant it into one of these 8-inch net cup lids that go on the 5-gallon or the 6-gallon buckets. So it's kind of a middle solution, and it's just an experiment to see how it will work. I think it's going to work pretty good. I got a couple of jalapenos done the same way, and I got a couple of other tomatoes. Strawberries, after their replant about 2 months ago, have really came alive, and they're starting to produce strawberries. I'm hoping to see some red on these guys here in a few days. Here's my little basil plant. It's doing really good. And some oregano. And some cilantro. I've also got some cilantro growing in the bottoms of these tomato plants. Seems like it's working pretty good. I don't know if it's really bad for the plants or taking any of its nutrients, but it doesn't seem like it's hurting it. I mean, look how awesome this tomato plant looks. It looks very healthy and nice thick stem. It's already flowering and already putting out tomatoes. Here's another tomato plant. It's a what's this thing? A Tiny Tim tomato. So I really didn't expect it to produce, because I only had it in this little pot here, expecting I was going to transplant it into something else later. I never got around to it, but I have kept it a little bit fertilized, so it seems like it's doing pretty good. Got a lot of flowers up there. I bet it's going to produce. Here's how I'm germinating the flowers. Just like a bee's buzz. And seems like it's working pretty good. Just about everything that's self-pollinating that I've used that technique on so far has pollinated. Just like these guys. Had a little bit of issue with some things not pollinating in here. The cucumbers, they are not self-pollinating. They have male and female flowers, and just like this one right here, didn't get fertilized, didn't get pollinated rather, and so it's turning yellow and dying. A lot of these I hand pollinated, plucked off the male flower and pollinated the female flower with it by hand. This little guy right here, my pride and joy, it is a nice little heirloom jalapeno plant that's gonna take the place of this guy, who is just this thing is like 6 or 7 months old, and it's not producing full-size jalapenos anymore. It's producing these pygmy jalapenos, which I'm sure tastes fine, but it just takes a whole lot of them. That's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.